We keep saying that we're short on talent, but maybe we're just not looking in the right places. Globally, less than 15% of the workforce has a 4-year degree, and yet most hiring systems are built to screen out the 85% who don't. This is not an attack on education. It's a call for alignment, because the way we qualify people does not reflect how potential actually shows up. I'm Simoriah. You may call me Sim, and today I lead cybersecurity and infrastructure operations for a US-based billion-dollar technology company listed on the S&P 500. I'm also the founder of Simulating Mindsets, where we empower minds to transform lives. But that is not where I started. I was a teen mom who had run away from a condemned trailer, a place that had no electricity and no hot water, where my parents would run an extension cord from the neighbor's trailer to power the television, and they would do that in exchange for drugs. I had no network, no credentials, and no blueprint for success. But what I did have was grit, hunger, and a habit of figuring things out when everything was stacked against me. Someone looked past a resume and saw what most systems miss: potential. And that job didn't just launch my career. It gave me a chance to be seen, to build something new, and to rise. But this talk, it's not about me. It's about the millions of people who are being filtered out every year because we're searching for polish. Let me show you what happens when we stop filtering and we start seeing. When we build the paths and we let people rise. I'm going to introduce you to 3 people who represent the kind of brilliance systems often miss. Leo, he had a resume gap. He had been raising 5 kids, working hourly gig jobs, doing whatever it took. He taught himself budgeting because every cent counted when feeding his kids depended on it. He was overlooked for years. Then finally, one hiring manager looked past the filter and could see the person. And now, he's leading a financial operations department at a $1 million company. Leo didn't change. What changed is someone was able to look past the filter and see what his story tells about his strengths. What he did not have on paper, he already earned in real life. Now meet Ellie. Ellie, she worked on a road construction crew. She did not have a degree, but she spent years operating heavy road machinery and fixing the wiring when the machines would break. A supervisor noticed that she was consistently solving problems that others couldn't, so he referred her to an infrastructure training program. And when Ellie pivoted into tech, she didn't just learn fast. She became one of the sharpest infrastructure engineers I've ever worked with. Today, she's building out global data centers. She did not rise because she got lucky. She rose because someone invested in her capacity to lead and built a pathway for her to rise. Now, meet Maya. Maya aged out of foster care. She took the very first retail job that she could get in order to make ends meet. Every single night, she would sit outside of a gas station, and she would teach herself cybersecurity using borrowed public Wi-Fi. She applied to hundreds of jobs. She got rejected again and again for not having a degree. Then finally, one company gave her a chance to show what she could actually do. And now, she's the executive director of a major cybersecurity operations center. No algorithm would have found her, but her brilliance was unmistakable. They're not rare exceptions. They're what potential looks like when it refuses to stay boxed in. When we see people fully and build pathways with intention, people rise. And when they rise, they lift others with them. Let's be honest, we don't lack talent. We lack systems that know how to recognize it when it's unpolished. So many people are quietly brilliant. They've never had the right title, but they've been showing up, solving problems, adapting fast, and carrying others just to survive. Now, let's be clear. Some jobs do require degrees. I do not want a self-taught surgeon trying to perform heart surgery on me. Some jobs do need special training to keep people safe, but somewhere along the way, we took a filterment for licensed professions and applied it across entire industries, even where it does not make sense. And now it's blocking great people who are ready to solve some of our biggest problems. In tech, logistics, trades, and operations, mastery is often gained through deep lived experience. And when we overlook that, we don't just miss talent. We miss out on the future that we could have built. Because globally, less than 15% of the workforce has a 4-year degree. And in the US, 2 out of 3 working age adults don't have one. At the same time, we have 74% of employers saying that they can't find the talent that they need to fill open jobs. And yet, most job filters still favor that credential, a system that was built for speed, not depth. From factory workers to front lines of artificial intelligence, we're still filtering out the very people who are capable of helping us lead the innovation. Picture this: a hiring manager scanning hundreds of resumes, clicking fast, sorting, filtering, clicking, sorting, filtering. And the resumes that stand out are the ones that get rejected because the gaps seem risky, the experience is off, the path seems messy, and that degree box, it's unchecked. But here's what's invisible with that process. Every filter quietly narrows the view until eventually brilliant people never get a chance to be seen. Talent is not lacking. Access is. Some of the most resilient minds don't look good on paper. Some of the most capable people don't follow a straight line. And some of the most transformational teammates, they're here, hiding in plain sight, being ignored by the way that we've been searching. One size does not fit all is not just a talk. It's a turning point. For employers, stop hiring for sameness. Start measuring strengths in more of its forms. For educators, let's redefine the definition of success so that learners don't wait to be validated before they believe that they're actually capable. And for hiring managers and decision makers, it's time to rethink how we hire, train, and promote so that our systems reflect the world as it is and not as it used to be. Because when we stop hiring for sameness, we don't just diversify teams. We expand what's possible. Let this be the moment that we stop rejecting brilliance just because it doesn't come packaged the way we expected it. Let's build systems that see it, build it, and grow it. Because the next problem solver, the next team builder, the next world changer, they might not check that box, but they've been showing up anyway, adapting fast, raising families, working second shifts, teaching themselves cybersecurity while the world sleeps. And to anyone who has ever been overlooked or seen someone being underestimated, you're part of this shift. Don't just share this talk. Start spotting someone new. Speak their name. Open the door for a new opportunity. Be the first to believe in them. Because when we stop hiring for sameness, we don't just diversify teams. We expand what's possible and build a new future. And the question is not whether talent exists. It's whether we're finally ready to see it, build it, and grow it. Let's be the ones who do.